I know that sounds crazy. But look at Eli Lilly's stock. It's like all-time new highs over and over and over again. I mean, from $300 it went to $820. It's nuts. It's nuts! Anyway, some other news. US is slowing AI chip exports to the Middle East by NVIDIA and AMD. US officials are delaying licenses for chip makers like NVIDIA and AMD to ship AI accelerators to the Middle East due to national security concerns. Yeah. The concerns that China could access these advanced chips in the Middle East. Yeah. All right. Trump was found guilty. We already know this. Apple's new S-curve for the iPhone. Don't bet against Apple. I'm a real big fan of betting on Apple right now. Enhanced security, improved battery management, superior camera and photography, health and fitness monitoring. Honestly, I want to keep scrolling, but frankly, the Hugh Daniels is taking over. So, I didn't think it would. I thought it would take longer than this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I hope you make money on the perspectives that I provide. I can't guarantee it. In fact, you might lose money. But that's just me trying to be as transparent as possible. I know I made money this month, this quarter, this year. I am so devastated that I lost money on the last trading day of the month. I'm pissed. I didn't follow my rules. Yeah. Sucks. Does anybody want to go for a drink? Trading is a job. I know I'm up on the month, but I feel like a douchebag. And I honestly don't think I am. I really try to do my best. I know there are a lot of haters that don't like me, but... You know what's under this? You're not supposed to know. Suck up the ghosts. Problem with not having somebody edit your video. So anyway, going over here to the candlesticks. That's a downtrend. Minute downtrend. Hey, what's up? Trust the lines, bro. I do believe in the lines. Woo! Oh wow, okay, the Hugh Daniels is hitting hard. Hey, look at this, would you know? The realized P&L over the last month. Boy, I'm gonna have to pay taxes on that. I'm gonna have to pay taxes on $1 million over the last month. Damn, my P&L is gonna help me save money in taxes. That's it, my day P&L is gonna help me save money in taxes. Let's freaking go. I'm gonna go take a nap. I don't have anything to say. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm gonna hold some children out. You know what? I'm gonna get a child. Okay? Wait. My girlfriend. Summer. I think something you look so incredible. You look so cool, dude. Is a girl with you? Jack, get over here. Is a girl with you? Get in here. No? What's a girl? See, Jack's getting a space. My problem. I know it feels bad, but when I had my teeth yanked out, they put me down like I had to lie down. They gave me like 2 shots. It hurt because they just kept injecting me. And then they're with pliers, like yoinking these adult teeth out. And then you see this like bloody mess come up. It's really bad. So he just had a little like ingrown toenail removed by a doctor, and he says his spacer is worse than that. I agree. That's probably true, but what I just described I think is also really true. Hey, do you love me still? A little bit. I love you, dude. Can I have a high five? You
Keep
still love
your
me?
eyes open. We're exposed.
Can you tell the YouTube world about your Compombo experience? Talk into this.
It was cool.
How was it hanging out with Dad for a weekend?
Cool.
Do you like Dad?
Better than Mom.
Oh! Don't leave a comment on that. By the way, this here is Summer's twin sister. This is Violet. Please meet Violet. She is a beautiful, robust, she's probably 10-pound child. Can't stand on her feet yet, Ella can, but you are so cool, and I love hanging out with you on a regular basis. Look at that. This is, isn't that crazy? Twin sister of Summer. This, on the other hand, is Ella. This is our big girl who was born in October. She is so beautiful. We love you, don't we, Ella? Oh, you're so cute. I love playing with you. You're so cuddly. And then you love Max, too?
Not advertise these things that you told us here. I feel like nobody else knows about this.
We'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Congratulations, man. You have done so much. People love you. People look up to you.
Kevin Paffrath there, financial analyst and YouTuber. Meet Kevin. Always great to get your take.
Even though I'm a licensed financial advisor, licensed real estate broker, and becoming a stockbroker, this video is not personalized advice for you. It is not tax, legal, or otherwise personalized advice tailored to you. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third-party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed reasonably sufficient information for the purposes of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. I also personally operate an actively managed ETF. I may personally hold or otherwise hold long or short positions in various securities, potentially including those mentioned in this video. However, I have no relationship to any issuer other than HouseHack, nor am I presently acting as a market maker. Make sure if you're considering investing in HouseHack to always read the PPM at househack.com.
You're not going to be light on your feet with all that gear.
Heads up.
An exchange of supplies could be useful.
Hey,
You need something, monsieur.
let's trade some things.
But of course.
Look alive.
What do you need?
Wait there.
I'll keep the area secure.
Come on.
On. Sure. Let's take stock.
You need something, monsieur.
Let's trade some things.
But of course.
Yeah? Life still ain't perfect, but we're surviving.
What's going on?
place is nothing but trouble. You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
I just want to trade a few things.
Sure thing.
Look alive.
Just point it out, sir. I'm ready. Can't be effective without the right gear. You need to drop some of that stuff you're carrying. It's slow.
Yeah?
Excuse me.
You looking for something to wear?
Just looking to trade a little.
Of course.
up?
Hope you ain't one of that sense.
If you need a weapon, you've come to the right place.
I'll take a look. Sure.
Great. Common is dying to slow down. Certainly.
Work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Let's trade some things.
Sure. Crops been growing pretty good lately. What can I get you?
I want to trade a few things.
Go ahead. Huh?
Hey there.
I think I've got something in your size.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Great. way back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
something?
I'd like to trade some items.
Of course.
Yes. What? I didn't smoke in here. No, I'm not. I ain't even smoking here.
What's going on?
What do you need?
Need something? What's going on?
What do you need? Need something?
systems nominal.
North of Grey Garden and east of Rocky Narrows Park, we see a fenced-off area encircling a bunch of wrecked and ruined cars. The fence is mostly intact, at least from the front, so to enter we have to creep around to the southern side. As we do, we discover Jalbert Brothers Disposal. There's even a unique Jalbert Brothers sign. There's a ruined bus, and we find another child of Adam lying dead, leaning against the cooking station, almost as if be our mission, where we shall build a shrine to Atom. We are truly blessed. In the next one, Savages, a group of Philistines approached, bearing the promises of glad tidings and touting their wares like whores. We saw past their charade. They claimed they wished to trade with us, when all they had to offer were lies and temptations. Believers to gather and pray, find some boxcars on a train track, and as we approach, a ghoul began to crawl out from under the trains and accidentally triggered hauling these barrels. Moving north, we see two streets. Out of the bus and moving on, we suddenly get attacked by a bunch of mole rats.
Don't mean to make you nervous, but I don't think we're alone. We're back in business.
Is on the up and up, and to complete both of these tasks, we have to infiltrate the children of Adam by pretending to be a new convert. If we didn't get the location of the nucleus from the child of Adam just outside of Acadia, we've got it now from Dima, and we learned that the nucleus is pretty close to Southwest Harbor, where we went to find Faraday's data storage drives. The easiest way to get to the nucleus from here is to follow the beach north, past that lady who drank herself to death during the apocalypse, until we find a nearly complete land bridge that spans the lake, allowing us to the other side. Here we find a ruined boat and kill a fog crawler. This one was way easier than the one at Dalton Farm. Nearby, we find a sailboat with a fisherman wearing a sea captain's hat, still reeling in his hull. Inside his fishing boat, we find an ammo box and a first aid kit. Continuing west across the land bridge, we arrive on the other side of the lake. We find a trail that leads up the hill It passes by some trees and we can collect some raw sap until the trail arrives at 2 banners, one on either side of the path. These banners are inscribed with strange circular insignia. Continuing forward, we see a light in the distance, and more of these banners unfurled. This is the nucleus, and as we approach, we bear witness to a disturbing scene.
Richter, please, you can't do this. We've been loyal.
Grand Zealot to you, and your dedication has come into doubt. You need to prove your faith. One of you may return to the fold. The other will return to Adam.
Richter, this is insane. You can't expect us to...
Will there be anything else?
That'll be all, sister.
Thank you, Grand Zealot.
These children of Adam just murdered one of their own. After the surviving child walks back into the nucleus, we can loot the corpse of the dead one and then speak with this Grand Zealot Richter.
Excuse me.
You. What are you doing here? Did Far Harbor send you?
Oh, no. I'm with Vault-Tec. Can I interest you in a new life underground?
There's only one person getting put in the ground unless I get my answer. Now, did you come here from that blasted town?
What's your problem with Far Harbor?
Those heathens persecute our missionaries and use profane technology to steal land that rightfully belongs to Adam. Not sure which sin is worse. And I want you to assure me you're not here to do their bidding.
What profane technology are you talking about?
Acadia's little lifeline to that den of sin. The fog condensers. The only reason they're able to hang on to that blasted dock. Information you'd be well aware of if they'd sent you.
Far Harbor can rot for all I care.
Hear no argument from me.
It's okay. I'm not from Far Harbor. I'm from the Commonwealth.
Quite the journey. So, explain to me what you're doing here. You come seeking a place among Adam's children?
Adam's children? Who are they?
We are the children of Adam, servants of the creator of this and all worlds. You walk through his domain.
What do you mean, his domain?
The island. You've seen the fog, heard the Geiger counter on your little bracelet pipe up? That is Adam, spreading his glow across this land, and that glow is the path to our salvation.
So, you worship radiation?
We worship its ability to transform, to create something better. Why? That idea call to you?
I'm not interested in your cult. Just let me in. We won't have any problems.
That's not happening. Only those chosen by Adam may enter. You want in, you'll have to earn it.
What was happening with those 2 children of Adam you were interrogating?
An issue of loyalty. Not something you need to concern yourself with. Now, unless you've come to join Adam's faithful, I suggest you go on your way.
I'm interested in joining. Sign me up.
Decisions of who may enter our family we leave to Adam. You'll have to perform a ritual. Prove yourself worthy in his eyes.
By doing what, exactly?
There is a small spring not far from here. Those chosen by Adam drink and are granted something. A token, an experience. Those not chosen rarely return.
Sorry, not interested.
Fine. Then I suggest you be on your way.
Can I take some time to think about it?
Certainly. But I suggest you do it elsewhere.
All right. I'll do what Adam requires.
Then let us hope he deems you fit. There is a small spring not far from here. Drink from it. Follow where it leads. You come back, we'll discuss you joining the faithful.
With that, we begin the quest, Visions in the Fog. Drink from the spring and follow where it leads? All right, I think we can do that. We see that the spring is northwest of the nucleus, on the other side of yet another lake. Moving to the western side of this dock, we see a boardwalk that leads us to the other side of this bay. Moving up the hill, we arrive at a road, but we are immediately met by this lake, which is difficult to cross. However, just south of here, we find the narrowest part of this lake. Looks like we can just jump across here. It's not too far. Backtracking south just a bit, we find a small spot with a bunch of lure weed growing, and we can just skip across. Once on the other side, we can follow the shoreline north. We eventually find a path that goes uphill and winds through the trees. At last, we arrive at Adam's Spring. But this path puts us out on a rocky ledge overlooking the spring. Looks like the spring is springing from this rock. Hopping down, there it is. Adam's Spring. The rock's covered in blight. It looks as if this location was a toxic nuclear waste dumping ground before the war. We see barrels all over the place. Highly toxic irradiated water pours from this rock. And when ready, we can drink from Adam's Spring. Whew. A shadowy figure appears atop the rock. We can leap up and do as it says. We follow it into the woods. It leads us west, and we hear cries from the fog. A red stag crosses our path.
Saturday, man. All the people who, you know, work 9 to 5, working on Friday, it's your day, relax, back, you know what I mean? Get a little drink, smoke a little bud, do whatever you want to do to enjoy yourself, whatever your vice is. If I'm part of that, I appreciate you. People are coming in left, right, and center. Let me see what's going on. Make sure our YouTube shit is gonna be working. We on the King Academics page. Is that working? Hello, que lo que? Bienvenidos. Okay, all right. I see Bryce in the YouTube chat. I see you. Okay, calm down now, Shicey Season. Damn, once you unleash like King Academics YouTube, it's lit. They're ready. It's all good though. Chat, we're here. Let's try to have some fun today. Let's try to enjoy each other's company. Let's try to have some good conversation, some good laughter, and hopefully, you know, the time will pass like nothing happened. All right. Whether you guys have problems coming into today, I know everybody got problems in life, whether with family, financially. It might be with, you know what I mean, your ops finally trying to close it on you. They about to set you up. It's all good. Let's try to blank that out for the next few hours that we are aligned and we're together. Okay. All that matters is motherfucking chat. And we are all here under one umbrella as chat members. Okay. I love you all. Okay. A few things we're going to be talking about. Drake's next move. We're going to keep it hip hop. I know some of y'all are tired of too much Drake talk. It's all good. We're going to mix it up, okay? Today is more of an open topic day. Today's a Saturday, so we're going to have fun. We're going to even do a few topics that is not, that's also not Drake-centric. By the way, I don't know if I might, like, if we get to, like, the 5th or 6th hour and I want to spice it up again, I might try to do the Discord debates again. I do want to do it where, you know, I don't know how we can do it in a different fashion. Maybe I got to do like how to do it on Clubhouse, where I'll just drag some random people up or whatever, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, by the way, also, interesting too, I know there's a bunch of people who watch me and they provide, like, I watch their videos on YouTube. I would love for those people to reach out. Like, I want to talk to y'all too. I want to, you know, and it's okay if you're not equipped for this platform, because I think I've realized it's one thing doing a video and getting it edited and having a million takes. Trust me, it's another thing when you're fucking live. You have to regurgitate all these thoughts and opinions live. So, anyway, nonetheless, we are here. Okay, all right, we're getting up on some viewers over here. Somebody said, just don't talk about Diddy. You gotta talk a little bit about Diddy, not too much. A little bit, not too much. We're not doing hours on that. Also, we're not doing much political talk either. You know, I realized like one of my tweets like went dumb viral. Like it was like 200,000 people who like liked it or whatever the case is. I'm not here to push no political agenda, so please don't think that if you come here you're going to see politically charged. But yeah, I encourage you guys, if there's topics and things that I haven't reacted to or talked about, please bring it to the table. We're here to have a good time. Extremist Clip says, I do think Drake should go sway. Okay, I'm gonna read all these comments in a little bit. And you know, Heaven's Son says Ack is losing fans to be biased. No, okay. The point, like, you know, there's some people who want to think, no. If you've been watching me from day one, if I ever had any bias, I was always open with it. If you want to leave because of that, I show niggas to the door. So good. By the way, chat, I do want to say for the very first time, I want to shout out to Happy Dad. You know how long we've been on here taking shots, doing this and the fucking third, and not one motherfucking drink company hollered at Big Act to say, yo, Act, you drink on stream, you turn up, how about you just put a little bit of Happy Dad right next to you, or drink some Happy Dad while you on stream. I just want to thank Happy Dad for supporting the vision. Obviously, that's my Nelk homies over there. Love these guys, and yeah, I just want to say that, you know, we part of the family, and we respect the brand of Happy Dad. Listen, good vibes and lit vibes. Okay, so big W to Happy Dad, big W to Nelk. Obviously, you know, I was just on the Full Send podcast not too long ago, so just all positive vibes and love to that entity. So if you guys do see, you know what I mean, a little bit more Happy Dad, and of course now we still got some liquor, don't you worry. We still got some liquor in the cut, but you know, to make sure I won't get too intoxicated or inebriated, we're gonna sip a Happy Dad to keep the mellow flow, because that's what that's for. Okay, anyway, shout out to Happy Dad. Is it beer? No, it's actually a seltzer. If you're not over 21, don't think about it. All right. Okay. So let me start topic farming. That's usually quickly what we like to do. Yeah, we're not trying to do. Somebody said W ad. It's not really an ad. I could be very transparent and tell you, like, you know, I'm locked in with them. You're gonna see their product around. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just what it is. I don't have to talk about them, honestly. Like, that's not even part of the deal. So, but I like to show love to the people who do fuck with us, because you know how many times I sat here with a fucking Henny bottle in my hand, and I couldn't even get a fucking conversation with Hennessy, the brand. Not that they need it, because they don't do a lot of stuff with rappers, but I'd rather give a shout out to the people who do fuck with us, all right? Because you know how the game is, all right? Anyway, for any other drink companies, as long as you're not in competition with them, holla at me, bro. Holla at me, dog. Anyway, chat. Okay. I know y'all don't want to be all draked out, so let's actually pull up some topics. Spam some topics that we should talk about today. Feeling energized. It's early in the day. If you're wondering, like, what your timetable should be, you should be locked in with me until at least midnight. Okay, we're locked in until midnight, so rock with me, all right? See what's going on. I don't know why I be going to Shade Room sometimes. All right, today's Rick Ross's car show, low key. We'll check out what's going on with the car show. See what's up with that. What else is going on? Oh, we didn't talk about Eminem dissing Meg Thee Stallion, right? So we'll actually talk about that. But also SZA covered Eminem. So, you know, Eminem, you know, doing what he normally does. Which, by the way, I seen some people kind of mad. They were like, yo, why is he dissing a black woman? And I'm like, I don't think what M is about race. He just disses women. Like, y'all got to do this whole, oh, he dissing a black woman. Eminem just disses bitches. You know what I mean? When I say bitches, I mean it very, you know, as in a loving fashion, as you can see. King Combs still moving around. I get that. By the way, we did want to get into the Diddy stuff. Is going to be about him supposedly preparing for possibly indictment, right? Not going to be too much on that, but we'll get to that. I think we did talk about the Sleepy Hollow Chef G situation, but I think they did officially respond to Hot 97 saying they're going to take them off or boycott them from whatever because they're fucking with Trump. Let me see what else is going on. Okay. A lot of people talking about Donald Trump, huh? A lot of people talking about Donald Trump. Wow, a lot of Donald Trump talk. Gilbert Arenas. Okay, it's all good. We have a few topics, and we'll just play it by ear. By the way, did y'all see that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, that's been actually suspended? So, postponed, actually. Mike Tyson had an emergency in the ear. They claimed he was okay, but it was an ulcer flare-up. He talked to his doctor. His doctor says, yo, that fight y'all was about to do, hell nah, put that back. Which actually is really interesting. It's making me kind of a little worried. If your doctor is saying that you shouldn't even, like, it feels like the doctor's almost saying, bro, we haven't even cleared your health. For that person to be still trying to fight, I think that's a problem, man. That's a problem. What's this? Kodak gave somebody a Sniper Gang chain. Lil Zay Osama, you know, we play his song a lot. You know, we play Fuck My Cousin. He has pled guilty to a federal gun charge when he reportedly left the gun with a switch in the back of the Uber we will talk about that as well. Okay. All right, let me see what else. What the fuck? My scroll button not working? Yo, y'all spam some topics. It's fine. Yeah, I don't want to talk politics every day because you know what? Y'all gonna be like, yo, accurate, like, bro. I've told you what I fucking thought. Like, I'm pretty open on what I think about politics. I don't give a fuck, but I don't want to sit here and try to shove it down y'all throats. No Diddy, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, DDG and supposedly YK Osiris or maybe Tusi, they're about to box. We'll talk about that. Boosie says Cassie should have received more than $30 million. All right, Boosie. We'll talk about that too. Yeah, you know, obviously the big themes in music is still Drake, Kendrick, or Diddy, which unfortunately. But we will talk a little bit about Candace Owens saying that she believes that pornography should be banned. She claims it's a psychological weapon used to weaken men. And also Cardi B responded to that comment because she actually disagreed. Those two are usually on opposite aisles of the issue with a bunch of stuff. But we'll talk about that. So you guys just write those down for me. We'll get into it. Gunna doing his thing. Yeah, Gunna's completely like skated the snitch allegations. He's chilling. Finesse 2 times telling people how to lose weight. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay. I guess we should start off hot then, right? And I think we talked about his new Drake home already. All right, so that's already old. Okay, let's start off with the obvious. And I think the obvious is just what the title says. What should Drake's next move be? I think we've all acknowledged that though the battle or the beef with Kendrick Lamar seems to be at a standstill for right now, we haven't heard a diss song in a few weeks. We don't know of any plans of more overt disses. I'm pretty sure, though, sneak disses will continue on both of their projects. What is going to happen now? Because I think right now both artists are in a very different place. I think the expectation of Kendrick Lamar is that Kendrick Lamar is going to take the reins and probably be the biggest rapper in the game. He's going to surpass Drake because a lot of people are fucking with him. Like, a lot of people are really saying, yo, Kendrick, this is your moment to motherfucking shine, right? Now, bigger than that is people saying what's Drake's whole, disposition when it comes to the game. I think a lot of people are saying, yo, Drake is in an unfamiliar position that he hasn't been in years, where his talents, his skill, even his legacy is all being doubted. A lot of people are talking about things that he thought he got past. Ghostwriting. His commitment to culture, him being black, right? Him being someone who not only is a student of the art of rapping and hip hop, but someone who clearly, is in tune with hip hop culture, which is intuitively black culture. These are conversations that at some point during his 15-year career, people thought these things were settled, except it's all back on the table. So the question is, and I guess that's where I'm kicking off this conversation, and I'm going to read a lot of your, whether your donations or your comments or whatever. What should Drake's next move be, right? What's next? Now, I was sitting back and I was thinking, man, because I'm just hearing so much. And obviously, I get what a lot of y'all are saying. Y'all are saying, yo, you're just a fucking glazer. Like, you're a dick sucker. You're doing tricks on you. I've heard whatever you guys have said about me. It's all good. And I had to think to myself, and I'm like, am I just shooting Drake unnecessary bail? Am I just like, whatever. It's like, it's not like I'm like jumping out, like just blatantly lying and be like, yo, Drake won the beef. I never said that, you know what I mean? But people still think because I'm not kicking Drake's back in, right? Because it feels like the media and everybody else, they're either dead silent or they're all kicking Drake's back in, right? Like, let's be honest, right? Like, everybody's just like, they're saying the worst things about him, right? Because of that, I feel like people feel like, yo, you're just a dick rider. Like, you're not willing to say this guy's a fraud. This guy doesn't belong in the top 5 or top 10. And even despite this battle, you don't think his music is garbage now, right? Again, it's kind of like an interesting phenomenon, but we'll actually evaluate it. Anyway, I feel like this leads up to this next thing, and follow me in this train of thought because I realized something recently. I really realized something recently. And by the way, before I say it, and I hate that I got to give these caveats or I have to give these disclaimers, but I have to give them just because anytime I make a point about Drake now, like, you know, again, I literally said I was disappointed by the reference track, and people are not happy with that. They want me to literally say, fuck Drake, he's a fraud, he's a bitch ass. They want me, and it's kind of crazy where hip-hop convos now, people just want you to say what affirms their belief, not what your thoughts are, right? Like, yeah, I said I was disappointed. They're like, oh, that's not enough. Say he's a fraud. Say we are going to kick him out of hip-hop. Say you're not a fan no more. Like, that's just not true. So, again, I'm kind of watching all this happen, and I was like, yo, damn, like, you know, the fans are going to be the fans because half of y'all are trolls, and it is what it is. But I'm like, yo, damn, like, what's going on the industry level? Because for the most part in the industry, and even, like, you know, not only the rappers, I've told you, you know, by the way, a lot of y'all did guess that rapper who I was saying that didn't, you know, remember I gave her a hint. I said, yo, there's a rapper who a lot of people think is cool with Drake, but they're not cool. They're not cool, okay? And actually that person don't fuck with Drake at all. And people were, you know, I don't want to give no more clues. Some people got it. And then for some people, they were like, oh, we kind of knew that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I only said that because it wasn't abundantly clear. Like, if I said both names, you wouldn't be able to piece shit together very openly. Be like, of course they don't like each other. You'd be like, I don't know if they don't like each other, but I know they have songs together. That's what you would probably say. You know, and I'm glad you guys didn't start throwing other people under the bus, like, of course, like the 21 Savages and Yachty's. It's not them, clearly, right? But I'll leave it at that for now. Regardless, I was just sitting back and thinking why some of the vitriol and why people kind of feel a certain way about Drake. And I kind of did come up with something. I came up with something. And I want to see if you guys follow along with what I'm saying. What gave me some context was actually Juan Epstein, which is a podcast by Cypher Sounds and Peter Rosenberg, right? And what first came out was this thing that, you know, Cypher Sounds came out and said, yo, OVO 40 threatened him because he allegedly played, or he didn't actually play Not Like Us in Toronto, but he basically said, why are you showing love to this motherfucker Drake? No, not Drake, I mean Kendrick. Yo, I'll get you banned or whatever. Let me play his words, not mine. But I'm going to lead you to a thought, not with just one clip. I got a few, okay? Just bear with me. Here we go.
I'm in Toronto. I get a DM from 40. He said, how about I go to your city and play a song where someone calls you a pedophile? I'm like, okay. And he goes, I'm fucking giving you the gist because I lost the messages. Basically, I knew you never liked us. You act nice, but you're really a bitch. It's on site. Oh. When I see you, look at you, you're laughing. When I see you, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth.
Smack you in the mouth.
Smack you in the mouth. He goes, I know you never liked us, which is the craziest to me. I understand the violence, but I know you never liked us. How? Why you think that?
How did you
I'm
know that?
Why did only supportive and play everything you put out? What are you talking about?
But okay, sure.
It's on site. There was more. Fuck. It was just like
there's a major part you're forgetting.
What?
What about the out of the blue Free Palestine?
Oh yeah, Free Palestine. I don't know what that meant. It was just in the middle with the Palestinian flag.
We don't know. What the
Is
flag?
it because so I'm in Toronto. I get a DM from 40. So I'm Hi, my name is Cypher Sounds, and apparently I'm involved in some crazy internet.
Oh, of course. I muted Demix back again. So let me go back. So first and foremost, you heard what Cypher Sounds said. The guy in the middle here, that's over 40. You know, he suffers from MS, and I'm not saying that to define him. He's actually a real cool guy. I've talked to him a bunch of times. Really cool, good guy. Anyway, but he's synonymous with Drake's career, with Drake's sound. He's the guy who mixes everything that Drake would rap on. There hasn't been a song for over 15 years that comes out with Drake's voice that he is not the engineer that records / mix. Well, he's not really a recording engineer, but he's a mixing. He does the mixing. So Noel would do the recording. He's gonna do. Actually, Noel doesn't mix. I'm tripping. He's a producer responsible for the sound. Sorry, like I'm over here fucking up. It's the happy dad. So he's the guy responsible for Drake's sound. When you thought about that pocket that, you know, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, those airy beats, beat switches, like these, where like Drake found these pockets to give such these great songs. 40 was on it. Now his role is bigger than that. Even when Drake does like other remixes or he gets on other people's song, he'll bring his producer in, 40, and 40 will do a lot to kind of curtail whatever song that Drake is going to be on to have the sound that Drake needs to have, right? Especially sonically, especially with the beats or whatever the case is. Anyway, I say all that to say he's as much as part of Drake's career and sound as, LeBron James' trainer is, right? Like without LeBron probably having some of the best trainers in the world that work with him all the time, nor physical therapists, these are the people that make sure LeBron's in peak condition every fucking game. They're part of LeBron's career. That's 40. So 40 is as integral to Drake as anything could be. Anyway, no one's shocked that he's, of course, upset or, feeling like OVO is being attacked or his guy's being attacked. But people not really used to him talking crazy, right? So when we heard that from Cypher, I was like, oh, shit, this nigga's talking crazy. That's kind of wild. However, we got clarification because Cypher Sounds put up another video and he started to clarify what he was talking about on that podcast clip. He said this.
Hi, my name is Cypher Sounds, and apparently I'm involved in some crazy internet controversy right now. So I'm going to clear things up. First and foremost, there's a bunch of blog headlines and Instagram posts saying that OVO 40 threatened me because I played Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, in Toronto. Not true whatsoever. So here's the deal. First of all, I've been going to Toronto since 1998. It's my second home. I got so many friends there, so much family. I love the city. I would never, I don't know if you know me, you don't know me. People that know me know I am not no fucking fuckface idiot that would go to Toronto and play Not Like Us. That is a stupid thing to do. I hate all this beef shit. I hate controversy. I hate smoke. I hate drama. I hate that those two are beefing with each other. It's nasty for the culture. It's negative and it's detrimental. Here's the thing about me though. Here's what happened. I did some shows with Dave Chappelle in Toronto 2 weeks ago, and some pictures of those shows went up. This kid that's now helping me with my social media, brand new, just hired him, put up the pictures from that show and put the Kendrick Lamar song underneath. And I was like, uh-oh, whoa, don't do that, craziness. Called him, said, hey, that's a dumb move, take it down. He was like, I thought it'd be funny. It wasn't, take it down. Took it down immediately, pictures are back up, had a great time in Toronto. Now here's the deal, OVO 40, why am I calling him OVO 40? 40 was mad at me. I'm hoping that man to man, we can still have this conversation. I told the story on my podcast because I was hurt about what happened. Hopefully we could talk it out. I want no smoke, I want no drama. Love the guy, I'm a big fan. Again, I would never be disrespectful. And I did not play the song in Toronto. I wasn't even DJing. I was doing stand-up comedy. And hopefully the blogs put all this stuff up to clear it up. Bye. Hi, my name is Cypher Sounds.
Okay, so after this, he did another podcast with Rosenberg, and they further talked about it here. I'll play it.
One time I put up a picture of me and Pusha T. Random.
Now, in this clip, he's talking about Drake and his team being sensitive. Okay, he says Drake and his team is sensitive. So let's play.
Because I just go through my phone, I look for old pictures, and I put stuff up. Random.
All right.
40 hit me up. Yo, why'd you put that picture up? Don't even know what picture he's talking about. What picture? Picture with you and Pusha. Oh, just an old picture I had. I'm just trying to get better with my content of telling old stories. Yo, he disrespected me. He disrespected my community. He said he wanted me dead, and because of the MS and all that shit, I was like, oh, again, I don't listen to lyrics like that. I know you and Pusha and your team had beef. I didn't know he said that specifically. Also, I have a big connection with Pusha T. I was the A&R of the Clip's second album. I broke Grinding in New York. I played Grinding from January of 2001 and didn't break until Memorial Day. I played it. Huh?
Memorials.
So I have a connection with Pusha T. But to not be a dick and to be respectful of your feelings, I took it down. We had a conversation. I took it down. Why couldn't we have done the same thing about this? Why couldn't we? Because you're going through a lot. Because your team is under fire right now.
We get it.
Literally, someone got shot in front of Drake's house. I get it.
Get it. Yo,
but I'm always the conversation guy. Come on, man. Come on.
This is, you remember the old story about when I was a dick. I admittedly was a dick, but it was good content and it was how I feel. So I wasn't lying. I wasn't being performative. I was just maybe could have kept it to myself. Remember when I dissed the Drake video and he called me screaming?
Which video?
God's Plan.
I don't remember, but yeah.
So I went on the air and I was like, this God's Plan video is corny. Why are you giving out money and showing yourself giving out money and you making yourself a hero? It's corny. I said it was corny.
Yeah. So he yelled at you?
Screamed. Couldn't even tell
what?
Couldn't tell who it was. He was screaming so loud I couldn't tell who it was.
For what though?
Why?
Saying the video's corny?
Yeah, like why did I have to say that shit? He tried to do something good. And I just had to shit on it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I shitting on something he did that was trying to be good? That video of me, it wasn't like it was making the rounds everywhere, as I recall. I don't think it was some big thing. It was just a segment that we did. And here is the issue with 40 and Drake. They want you to treat them. You know what treatment they want in both those cases? They want the homie treatment. They want, like, for example, if 40 was literally your good friend.
Okay, by the way, this is very important. Actually, I'm going to put it up on their page that I can rewind a little bit. This is what I realized about the media recently, right? Juan Epstein, Juan Ep's life. This was a very good point brought up.
And it disappeared.
Yeah.
But
here we go.
Right, and be like, whatever.
Here we go.
They want you and you making yourself a hero. It's corny. I said it was corny.
Yeah. So he yelled at you?
Screamed. Couldn't even tell
what?
Couldn't tell who it was. He was screaming so loud I couldn't tell who it was.
For what though?
Why?
Saying the video's corny?
Yeah, like why did I have to say that shit? He tried to do something good. And I just had to shit on it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I shitting on something he did that was trying to be good? That video of me, it wasn't like it was making the rounds everywhere, as I recall. I don't think it was some big thing. It was just a segment that we did. And here is the issue with 40 and Drake.
Here we go.
They want you to treat them. You know what treatment they want in both those cases? They want the homie treatment. They want, like, for example, if 40 was literally your good friend, like your good friend, or Drake, maybe before we talked about any of this, you would reach out, you check in, and you'd be like, yo, I'm going to address it like this, that, and the next. How do you feel about blank? Maybe you would do that because y'all were like friends.
Wait, who? Me?
Yes, like if you were actually close with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Then maybe before we discussed it, you'd reach out and be like, "Hey," and you'd come to the table with some insight because you would talk to them.
But what? But before I put up these videos about the beef?
Well, it's a bad example because in this case, you didn't even say anything.
Okay, but I see what you're saying.
But go back to even mine, for example. He wanted to get the homie treatment from me of like, I saw something I didn't like, it was corny, but since he's the homie, I should just ignore it and be like, whatever.
Okay.
Keep listening, Jack.
But here's the problem. In order to get the homie treatment from human beings, you have to treat those human beings like the homie.
Yeah.
And that's natural. You might call that kissing ass or politics or whatever. But like,
we're getting closer, chat.
Even to this day, bro, I haven't even been talking to Kendrick in a few years. I went to his show. They took care of me and got me, tickets to the last tour, shit like that. I talked to Top Dog pretty regularly. I talked to Punch here and there, but I don't talk to Kendrick. He's kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But even when this shit came up and started happening, they're sending me the song. They're reaching out. They're making contact. They're doing things that remind you have a relationship with someone. Right. I'm a fallible, normal human being. We all want to feel like we're connected to people. That's not unnatural. Drake never does that shit. He latches on to whoever the hottest person is right now.
Like who?
Bobby Altoff, Academics, Aiden Ross, whoever the person of the moment is, that's who he does shit with. Elliot Wilson, when he wants to go do the rap.
You see where I'm going, chat? If you've been wondering, I look like the biggest glazer on earth. Why does every other press outlet or even media person? I'm going to get to a point.
Right. I'm a fallible, normal human being. We all want to feel like we're connected to people. That's not unnatural. Drake never does that shit. He latches on to whoever the hottest person is right now. Bobby Altoff, Academics, Aiden Ross, whoever the person of the moment is, that's who he does shit with. Elliot Wilson, when he wants to go do the Rap Radar shit, whoever that person he's feeling at that moment is, but he wants everybody to still treat him like he's this regular guy who's hanging out with everyone. But like, you're not. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, you want the homie treatment, be the homie. And it's not hard. You know who calls me every once in a while randomly to say hi and hangs up?
P. Diddy. Oh, sorry.
No.
No, I'm so sorry.
Nori,
yes.
Nori. You know who I love, who I'd go to war with at any moment? Nori, Mano. Like a couple of guys, and I got no beef with any of the other people that don't do it. But I'll tell you this, Nori one day hits rock bottom, he smokes up all his money. I got a couch right here for you, bro.
Actual homie treatment, because that's normal.
My homie was DJ Khaled back in the day, homie. Oh. And then I felt he was drifting away from that. And we had a very public argument about it that spread all around YouTube, early days of us on Hot 97. And I said it straight up. I'm hurt that you don't call me like you used to. But I never stop playing your records, playing your songs. If I see you, it's all good. It's all good.
Do you mean that part though with him? Like if he reached out to you still and needed something, you'd look out still?
100%. 100%. I'm not like that, bro. I don't have the time for it.
Okay. So I played that to say this, okay? And this is a theory of mine, honestly. Now, I think when it comes to rappers and, you know, when you think about, why Drake, blah, 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 with rappers, it's very interesting and convoluted. Drake has fucked some of these niggas' bitches. Drake has, Drake has jumped on their song at the peak of their career, and then when they were on a low, they asked Drake for a feature, and Drake probably ignored them, right? Like, I have a few people who did that. Drake, with rappers is a little bit different, but here's the thing that I realized also about the media, and most of the media, and I'm being honest with y'all, right? I won't call necessarily any names, but I think this is very, at least Rosenberg said it. The majority of the rap media has resentment for Drake. A lot of resentment for Drake. That's why every time when I'm being a fan, like I've always told you, I've never met the guy. I just like his music. I don't feel I'm owed an interview, even though some people think I don't think none of that shit. I know how to work the media. As long as I have a direct access to you and I could be a source and I could be I gonna get what he gonna get. I always thought with me and 6ix9ine, having the access to 6ix9ine was bigger than any interview. You might disagree, but I play the media platform game better than anybody else. Anyway, I say that to say this. Drake has promised an interview to everybody. They always tell me that. I'm like, what? That's why I always say, like, when they're like, yo, if Drake does an interview, gotta do with you. I'm like, why? Like, yo, Elliot Wilson looked like he's dying to get another interview. Yo, Nori and them look like, yo, they can't wait to have him on Drink Champs. I think they might hate me if I just got an interview. So I've always wanted Drake to give these guys an interview, even before me. But I think what happened is Drake promised everybody an interview. Gillian Wallow, Drink Champs, Joe Budden Podcast. Probably was cool with these guys during the radio station days. And everybody realized that Drake does what he does when a rapper falls off. Drake don't still be hitting your line. He moves the fuck on. And I think that gets you a little bit upset. You know why? Drake only taps in with what's hot. Now, you could say that is indicative of Drake being a horrible person. He's a user. He used these guys when he needed them, but when he didn't, he stopped fucking with them. Perhaps. I don't know. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying perhaps. Some might be like, well, that's the nature of the game. The people who are at the top stick together. Perhaps. Not saying that's not cool. You might even say, well, that's why Drake is having his karma. Because now when Drake needs friends, everybody's looking at Drake to say, remember when I needed you as a friend? When I got cold and I needed a verse? And remember you took my first big hit and you remixed it and I asked you for 5 other features and you didn't do it because I was cold? Yeah. A lot of the media guys are doing that too. You want to point out a couple names? I don't want to make the names. I don't want to actually, because these are my peers and, I don't want to have no problems with my peers or whatever, but don't y'all see it? How many of these hip-hop pundits, platforms, who you thought they had a decent relationship with Drake, they're now in the business of kicking Drake back in. Why? Drake has disrespected them. Joe Budden, Elliot Wilson, a few of them. Drake has ignored them. Drake, I like what Rosenberg said because he kept it honest. A lot of this industry is giving niggas the homie treatment. And when you spent an entire career, and people always want to give the homie treatment to the guy at the top, no Diddy. When you feel used by said person, you don't have that grace no more. And I think that's what Drake is probably guilty of, 100%. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I'm starting to see where some of the resentment, especially on the media side, is. Yeah, my nigga, like, hey, I can't be mad at my peers or anybody immediate for them feeling the way about Drake and them probably pressing the line on this current battle or whatever current narrative with Drake. I do the same. Didn't I tell you I with Meek Mill when that nigga thought I was down and out and tried to disrespect? I waited till I was on the top just to shit on that nigga. I couldn't wait. So I'm not mad. And I'm not saying that Drake is being done wrong or nothing like, but I'm pointing out a thing that is happening, right? It is happening, right? Drake, in a lot of people's minds, have used others under the guise of friendship or you my mans, only for him not to need them anymore, and that relationship cease to exist. They can't call a favor in. They don't get no contact with him. By the way, I know it's as a fact, because there was certain people, and none of the people I mentioned before, but some people were like, yo, out of everybody who could be the source of what Drake is saying, it's Ack. Like, they were so upset. Yo, why Drake sending his shit to Ack? They were so upset. Why? Because they have, yo, I helped him out in 2008. Yo, I'm one of the first thing is to play his record in 2009. And that builds up a lot of resentment. Okay? I'm not saying what Drake is doing or did is right, but I do think that Drake should probably be very cognizant of this. A lot of people feel like you've used them and thrown them to the wayside, and they waited for the day that you needed them again. And some of these guys are thinking you need them again. Because they're looking around there saying, Drake, there's nobody getting your back. There's no, you think Academics and Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat is going to convince the culture that you're still the guy, as opposed to Kendrick and 55 other rappers who are saying you're not? Oh, you do need us, nigga. I see where you fucked up. That is a point. That is a point. That's a point. I'm being honest with you. That is a point. Drake promising people interviews. Drake promising niggas verses. Drake, yes. And by the way, Drake knows it too. I know Drake knows it. Drake knows it. Me and him, we've talked, and through our conversations, he knows it. He might be a little bit oblivious to it, but he knows it. And I'll leave it there because I don't want to go into no specific examples. Those are private conversations. But he knows it. There's a lot of people who have resentment for him, whether it's artists. There's certain artists that he intended to work with. But for whatever reason, they couldn't agree on a song. They couldn't agree on the timing, the release of the record. Those artists felt away. They felt played. They felt that Drake was only tapping in when they were hot. And when they fell off a little bit, they start getting mad. This motherfucker Drake, he played me about releasing the record, spun me like a fool when I was hot. Now I need the nigga to get back hot. He's nowhere to be found. Some of those people allegedly popped out. I've realized that. And again, for the people, this is not a glaze. This is nothing like that. I think Drake does have to think about that. In your path and your route to the top, people felt, and maybe some of that, what Kendrick was talking about, people felt that a lot of these relationships that you allegedly forged were not real. They were fake. They were one-sided. They felt it only served you. And they felt manipulated, used, this and third. Now I get it. There's Drake fans and even myself and probably Drake himself that would say, how? I collaborated with you, or I gave you an interview at the time you were the guy to get the interview. Why, when now I'm still the guy and you're not the guy anymore? Or do I have to come up to Hot 97 and give you another interview and another Funk Flex freestyle for you to speak positively about me? And it's not like it's pay to play for positives, but for you not to just blanketly hate. This is a thing, chat. I'm not going to say it is for everybody, but what Rosenberg said is 100% very, very common among a lot of people who I've even talked to. Because there was a lot of motherfuckers who used to be, oh yeah, Drake used to tell me this. He used to tell me when he's putting out that. That's not the case no more. Drake only tell me. And then when I talk to them, they kind of feel like, what? Word? It's almost like a little, not jealousy in a way, but it feels like it. I'm like, oh shit, well, I'm not taking it away because what the fuck that got to do with me? And also, I'm never jealous of Drake's relationship with nobody. But also, people might look at it and they might think about it across the board. 2-3 years ago, Drake was in, what's that song that he dissed, Dirk dissed 6ix9ine on? What's this song called? I'm in a club, relax, like, play me that boy in a club. What's it called? What's the name of that song? What's the name of that song? I forgot the name of that song. Oh, laugh now, cry later. And people might be like, well, shit, if we go here, first of all, bunch of things. You're with Dirk. In 2020, who's hotter than Dirk? It's 2020. But not only that, the person who we couldn't see Drake without was him and Drewski. Him and Drewski was like this. It felt like Drewski was OVO. Not, by the way, I'm not saying him and Drewski is not cool. These days, Drake, Sexy Red, what's the name of that song? We see a new comedian. Oh my God, they're gonna hate on me with this fucking ad blocker shit. We see a new comedian. It's Ben the Don. They'll be like, well, Ben is like the hot. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what it is or what it's not. Obviously, you know, Drewski's really successful, so I'm pretty sure Drewski's not like, damn, he used me, right? Yo, he used me, and now he's fucking with a new comedian, right? See, now that's Ben the Don right here. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there might be another comedian after Ben the Don, and he might be kicking it with him. You get what I'm saying? I don't think people look at it like that, right? But some people do take it that personal. Now, some people, remember, when Drake first showed love to the streamers or streaming community, he popped on with Ninja. Years later, he's only fucking with Kai and Aiden. Ninja, I don't want to say my boy fell off. I don't think he fell off. But Ninja ain't the same Ninja with that type of whatever. This how Ninja spoke about it.
You can get your name stitched on the back, also pretty dope. Corbin Jacob's new album, you can get your name stitched on the back, also pretty dope. You know, is he gonna buy, you know, my next line of Ninja merch? You know? Or my Ninja headband? Probably not. I feel like Drake saw that I was up and coming in the gaming scene, and he thought it would be a perfect way to just tap into another source of viewers by playing with me. He also might have just wanted a game. I'm not sure. But he's a genius, dude. I'd love to buy it, but then I feel like very fanny. Which I am. So
yeah, so
yes, I will be buying the jacket, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so you know, he didn't seem salty or nothing like that. But yeah, there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of media platforms. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. And I do love Elliot. But I do think that Elliot probably feels some way like that as well. I think Elliot was like, and I think that's what probably came with a slight entitlement when he saw Drake doing the interview with Bobby Altoff. He was like, yo, we have a thing going on. You did 2 interviews with us. At the time, you see what people don't know, before this Rap Radar interview.
I think,
you know, Drake, like the Rap Radar platform served to cement or to establish Drake's authenticity within rap, while there were people who were having doubts about his authenticity, his dedication, or his likeness to some of the older or former rappers, whether it be Jay-Z, Nas, and people of, you know, the past days, but the MCs. So him being on Rap Radar, even though Drake obviously was a way bigger artist, it was him utilizing that platform, right? And I think that's what Elliot was like, yeah, nigga, there's a time you needed me, motherfucker. I could imagine Block Boy JB might feel the same. Block Boy JB, Drake collab. I think he said he was ready for another one. He said on like an Instagram Live or something like that. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Anyway, he was just basically saying, yo, Drake, let's do another one. Of course Drake's not like doubling back to go do another collab with Block Boy JB. Like, yeah, that's over. Maybe he might be feeling the way. I'm not saying he is. By the way, he did an interview with
It's through your success for you to change and become a different person that's like, more like the average rapper, the average celebrities. You sometimes feel like, the label or whoever wanted you to be, cast a negative narrative, gave people weird expectations of what was supposed to be coming from you.
Now, to be honest, I feel like I didn't even blow up that fast. It's just like motherfuckers weren't even on me. So when I had this song, it blew up. I didn't blow up, the song blew up. So like, people didn't even just know that I had like fucking 4 mixtapes out.
Anyway, again, that's one of the things I've kind of realized. Second of all, I've realized is this. Drake has done a very good job of fooling the industry like he was always the industry guy. And I believe there is a lot of resentment for Drake because what Drake really did, and we could go back to the Rap Radar interview, Rap Radar, and he literally says it. He says, when talking about his favorite albums, he said, Take Care it wasn't what he wanted it to be because it was a industry created album. It was when the industry could tell him what to do. The conversation about Drake in ever since pretty much about like 2012, 2013, is that Drake literally took the industry and brought it to Toronto. Not necessarily like Toronto, the place of Toronto, but Drake, the industry has been they've felt the ramifications of him, not that he's going along with what they wanted. So at a certain point, Drake realized he was the guy, and he started dictating what the industry was going to have to adapt to, tolerate, and do other things with. And I don't think that sat well among a lot of people, not only his peers, but executives as well. You could literally hear him saying that in the interview, he says, yo, Thank Me Later was a industry kind of created album. After that, I basically did whatever the fuck I wanted. I've heard the stories. They say, yo, Drake don't talk to the label. He only talks to Lucian when it's time to get more money. When Drake wants to upload, they have zero input on anything. He sends them the product and says, upload it now. He don't ask for nothing. For most artists, they're having meetings about budgets. They're like, we're going to decide A, B, C, and D. Like infamously Wale used to have these fights with his label. His label always said to Wale, we know best for you. So we're going to pick the single. We're going to give you the budget. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. With Drake, from what I've heard, he's had zero contact with Republic, and their job is usually to clear records after he sends it to them, and he's not sending to them for them to go listen to the office and call a meeting and be like, hey, let's talk about the rollout plan for Drake. By the way, that's also affected Drake. Have we seen Drake with a extravagant rollout plan other than the shit where he was doing like the billboards and everything? That's not even a rollout plan. No. He's operated as, I send you the music, the latest as possible. Yo, I've kind of teased that I'm about to drop next week. It's Monday. He wants to come out on Friday. He sends over the album. He's not going, what usually happens, all type of meetings happen. Yo, you go meet with Spotify. You go meet with Apple Music. I know this as a fact because I ain't trying to put people out there. I'll have my man at Spotify call me and be like, is Drake coming? That happens for no other artist. You know why? Every artist submits their music to Spotify at least a week or two before. So Spotify listens to it, picks their song to playlist, this and third. Apple Music, the same. It'll be the night of, and the niggas at these companies don't know if it's coming. Why? Drake doing his own thing. He don't give a fuck. That's a fact. I'm telling you this is a fact. I think the industry has resented that type of way of doing business, but couldn't do anything about it. If that makes sense. They've resented it. Yeah, this motherfucker isn't playing ball. What happens in the game is you have to play ball. He's not playing ball. Why is it important to play ball? Because if we gotta push back our artists indefinitely and we don't know when you're dropping, you're changing your mind all the time, you're not communicating with the bigger label, who also, Republic has a bunch of other acts, but Republic, their sister or brother label is basically Interscope, this and third. If nobody knows what the fuck you're doing because you're just acting as this one-man behemoth consortium, everybody now becomes your victim. So people are looking at it like they weren't that happy. Label people, peers. So the humbling for Drake, or part of it, is for people to show him he ain't bigger than the program, to use a WAC 100 term. You're not bigger than the industry. You don't get to just dictate and everybody just wait and see what happens. And people have had to deal with this for years. Until, perceivably now. Where now, the people who were owed interviews versus people who felt like Drake just used them and he don't fuck with them no more, or this and third, it's their time to kind of be like, yeah, nigga, you see why it was probably good for you to call me once in a while and keep a good, a good contact here, because now when they're kicking in your fucking back, I'm either going to pop up on the other side or I'm going to pop up like, see? Anyway,
Scorpion obviously a high volume album, but
I'll go back to the thank me later conversation
about what's going on. Like, the work we put in the communities, that space, I know aware of all those emotions, I acquire approval from people who I respect. I'm the song, I only love my bed and my mama, and so yeah, I definitely think that we've always kind of, I guess, broke the mold in that.
So do you feel like Take Care, you kind of took control back of your
number one draft pick? I was like
Here we go.
Have that
this is that conversation. By the way, Elliot, if you're watching this, and this is one of those things, that's why I said I would never shark. Like, I don't feel entitled to a Drake interview. Bro, you did a motherfucking brilliant job interviewing Drake, bro. I know I talk a lot. I love running my mouth. I know, like, you and B-Dot was precise with question, methodical, and I'm watching this in 2024. You motherfuckers did a good job. You hit everything, didn't just focus on maybe one thing that maybe was on your mind. You hit everything. Great interview. I don't know how much it was edited, but great interview. And that's one of the things where it's like, I respect Elliot Wilson's ability to interview. I respect even Joe's ability to interview. I have a different style. Also, while I'm at it, I respect, I think Adam's a pretty good interview too, and also even Vlad too, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm definitely a yapper. I'm not saying, I don't think I'm a horrible interviewer, but, I do find at times I have to remind myself to shut the fuck up, because I do this a lot. I stream. So I could talk for 8 hours straight, uninterrupted, nobody helping me. So when I'm interviewing someone, I forget that the majority of people watching have heard my opinions about everything already. So it's really the platform for the artist. So I got to check myself. And, yeah, sometimes I'll have a thought, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's just me being honest. But anyway, so I was watching a whole bunch of stuff today, like, just prep for stream and shit like that. Listen to this conversation, and it kind of meshed with what I've heard about, like, literally Drake took the industry. Drake don't do label meetings. You ever heard about Drake going into the Republic offices? Never. He literally, once he got that clout, literally stopped dealing with his label and stopped dealing with the industry, and they became almost a victim of him, or they had to play catch up to him, which is we've never seen from a top artist, right? Like, obviously Wayne wasn't doing that with Birdman, because Birdman was the person who was releasing, obviously through Cash Money, Republic. Obviously Kanye was going through Def Jam, even though blah, blah. Kanye, he was dictating shit, but he was working with the label, right? He was still renegading. It's still Kanye, but he's working with the label, right? You can see old videos of him shooting videos, and, like, there's a whole long history there. we've never seen anybody deal with the major record labels like how Drake did. Let me play it.
No, this is soft or this is emotional or whatever. Because I was just kind of like, I mean, I guess I just make music for like dusty guys and shit, but like that's just not really like what inspires me, you know? So yeah, I was always just super hyped to be that guy. And I think over the years and leading into this next decade, you know, it's something that I've grown to just embrace more. It's actually a piece of my musical character that I love the most, which is just the fact that I do both those things and almost am able to split the time evenly.
Scorpion.
I never lean too heavy towards one. I try and I try and find that balance. But yeah, I mean, I definitely was a part of it, you know, especially now, like a lot of the music that's coming out now is like, you know, these kids are like singing deep emotional pain. You know, like, you know, you get like a lot of the guys like, I mean, there's so many, but like, you know, a kid like YNW Melly who like just has the craziest melodies, pain in his voice, you know, but not afraid to just be like, yeah, sure, like I might be this way on road, but in my music, this is what I enjoy doing, and you know, or I mean, there's so many of them that I can not tip my hat to and pay my respects to. A lot of these kids right now are just breaking the boundaries of what music is. It's just no longer black and white, and I love it.
Right.
I love it. Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
That's part of like your legacy, you know. And I feel like since the beginning, you were always legacy minded. I saw like in previous interviews and Complex, and even like on Underground Kings, you talk about how like I'm the greatest. You know, you said it before you knew you was. Like, did you always have this confidence coming into it, just thinking about the long game?
Yeah, and I also feel often that that things that I used to come down Park Lane where we're at, then back, and Prince used to live around here.
Oh. Thank Me Later was building. This is going to be your studio album. This is going to be your debut. And to me, it wasn't the complete victory that maybe you intended it to be.
I think Thank Me Later was the one and only project that I have where I was in that big label, like that like artist just got signed, record label, we're gonna get you features and here's what we think. Like that was like probably the only one of my albums that was remotely influenced by where I was at in my career at the time. I think I felt a lot of pressure to prove that I knew like big famous people, just being from where I was from and stuff, like, you know, like I just wanted to show like Toronto, like look who I got on my album and yeah, I think I like made majority of that album on a tour as well. I think we were eager to get it out, and I still love it as part of my story. But yeah, it was definitely probably the one project that like maybe had the least personal touches, and it was just really about like how big can we look and how big can we be, and that was just kind of just based off how people were making me feel like, yo, you need to be. You know, it was in a different era, man. It was in an era where like, you know, you felt dwarfed by pop stars and superstars, and there was no like, oh, I can just get famous from my mom's basement. Like I was the lottery winning lottery ticket. You know?
Draft pick.
Yeah, so it was like, but not even the #1 draft pick. I was like the lightning, like got hit by lightning, and now I can like fly, like and like, you know, and now I'm like invisible and shit. Like, you know, it was like I was a rare case.
Again, he's talking about him getting into